Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. My name is Jonathan Pulliam, and I hope you are doing amazing, because right now I know that I am. Because spring doesn't care about us. We had like 2 weeks of like 65 weather, and now it's literally 85 degrees outside. Before I get started, I do just want to remind you guys to hit the subscribe button. Please subscribe and turn on post notifications just so, you know, when I do decide to come back, you guys can see my beautiful, well-rested, well-moisturized, hydrated face on your screens, laptops, cell phones, tablets, all of that good stuff. I am officially done. I finished all of my assignments, requirements, classes, tests, finals, term papers, thesis papers, all that good stuff. I am officially done being an undergrad student at Tuskegee University. I finished the semester with a 4.0 because, you know, we don't slack around here. It feels amazing. It feels so weird to not be going to classes right now, not be doing homework or writing papers and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get into all that stuff. It's May the 3rd, and I think my last post was in March. So April, if you are a college student, a grad student, anything like that, April, you know, is like grinding month. So I finished up classes pretty much early April, and then I was doing I'm an English major, so I was doing my senior thesis paper. I was doing so much writing. I had to defend my thesis paper, my senior project. That went over really well. A good portion of March and April was spent figuring out what I'm doing after I graduate. So it's May 3rd, and I officially graduate. I'll be receiving my degree from Tuskegee. I'll be walking that stage on May 12th, and that feels so amazing just to think about. I'm sorry if you can hear stuff in the background. It's a really nice day outside, and I love having my window open, just let some fresh air in. So if you hear cars or things like that passing by, just let it go. Like I said, yeah, I'm graduating in a week and a half. Today's Thursday, and I graduate May 12th is a Saturday. It's really great. I'm super excited, and pretty much this entire year since senior year started, I've been kind of hinting on what I'm doing after graduation, and a large portion of that was me at the same time not totally sure what I was going to be doing. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and then I'll bring you guys up to where I'm at right now. So this summer I had an internship, and I had a fellowship with UNCF, with the United Negro College Fund, and with Relay Grad School of Education. I did what was called the Walton K-12 Education Fellowship, which is where UNCF partners you with one of their education, either reform, education, or policy-based organizations, and you intern with them over the summer. I was interning with Relay Grad School of Education. They're kind of like a Teach for America nonprofit where they take people who aren't necessarily education majors, and they put you in the classroom, and they train you, they mentor you, to hopefully be an effective teacher for classrooms of color, which is something I'm super passionate about, education, helping black students, research, and then books and writing, and all of that good stuff. So I was teaching 5th graders in New Orleans, Louisiana, had an amazing time there. It was super great. My kids were amazing. I loved teaching English. It was great. And so that experience kind of said that, yes, I do want to go into education. That's something I definitely see myself doing. In August, I got back to campus at Tuskegee. It was senior year, and I was looking into grad schools, looking into different programs that what I'm thinking about doing afterwards. And so I was with my advisor, and we kind of started the whole graduate school application process. If you guys would like me to do a more in-depth video about my entire grad school application process, what I did wrong, how it all kind of ended up, I'll definitely be happy to do that. Just leave that in the comments below if that's something you would like to see. Long story short, I started the year off just kind of, I'm an English major, and I knew I was interested in going to grad school, interested in kind of teaching. And I was trying to decide, did I want to do the middle school route and get my certification, or did I want to do the doctorate route, so go on to master's, PhD, and then teach higher ed, which even right now I'm still kind of going back and forth on, but I have a lot more clarity with that. So I knew I had to take the GRE, was not a fan of it, did not do that well on it, but that's another story. Took the GRE, scores were whatever. I just kind of did it just to get it over with. I feel with standardized testing in me, I know what kind of student I am, and I don't really think that standardized tests really show that, like who I am in that space and time, but a lot of schools it's a requirement that you have to do, so I just went ahead and did it. My GRE, the beginning of November, got them back towards the end of November. And so all the while I started the first semester off with about 10 or 12 different schools that I was interested in applying to. Pretty much all of them were PhD and like a couple master's programs. And so by December, like mid to late December to early January is when most of the deadlines for the applications cut off. And so by that time I had worked with my advisor again, and I was like, okay, here are the 5 schools that I wanted to apply to. It was cool, pay the application fee, send my scores in, letters of recommendation, writing samples, all that good stuff. I didn't hear back for 3.5 months. So from December to like mid-March, I was just kind of waiting, didn't hear back like from anyone at all. And then slowly but surely I got admissions decision emails, and very slowly but surely I got from each of the 5 schools that I applied to, it was like 4 PhD programs in English, which even looking back, I think that I didn't do enough research in understanding like how to stretch my English degree. So if you are someone who is interested in, like you want to stay within your major, like say your history or your poli-sci major, and you want to do the doctorate route, so you want to apply to only that field, that's cool. But especially within the humanities, I think that our degrees are really interdisciplinary, and you do have the kind of room to wiggle and go throughout different disciplines if that's your passion and that's something that you're interested in doing. I'm an English major with a focus in African American studies and a minor in philosophy, and I only applied to English programs, so I didn't apply to any African American studies programs, no American studies programs, nothing like that. And I think had I done that, I maybe would have had a different result, but I don't think I would be in the position that I am right now. I got applied, and gonna be really honest with you guys, got rejected from every grad program that I applied to. So it's like mid-March, and I come to my advisor, I'm like, yo, am I stupid? Do I really not have what it takes to do grad school? It's something that I want to do. And even she was like surprised, because like I'm a good student, I'm involved on campus, my test scores were whatever, but everything else about me was good. I'm not gonna lie, I was really devastated. I cried a lot. I was like on the phone with my mom, and I was like, look, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore if I can't, get past undergrad. Me and my advisor kind of rehashed what we were gonna do, and we found some programs that had rolling admissions pretty much throughout the rest of the semester. And so in the process, being a full-time student, I got a second job, so I was working 2 jobs. What else? I was like still really involved on campus. I was still like writing my senior thesis paper. Had to defend that in April. So in the process of all of this, I was still applying to different grad programs. Tuskegee is a very STEM-heavy campus, but what I think is really cool is that they do really appreciate the humanities, the arts, and all that stuff. So even though the English department is relatively small, my department head, all my instructors, and my professors, and stuff like that are really diligent in sending out different opportunities for us. So whether it's an internship, whether it's a fellowship, whether it's just like an essay or a poetry contest, or even whether it's like a post-grad opportunity, the department head is super diligent about sending that out, that information out to us. And from one of her colleagues, it was an opportunity to go abroad and to teach. And I kind of just saw the headline, and I was like, yeah, sure, while I'm waiting to hear back from these other... So the schools that I applied to after the first round of applications, the second round of applications that I sent out, it was about 3 different schools. So I had sent those out, got the application fee, did all that stuff, sent my scores, all that. It was an opportunity to go abroad and to teach for a year, and it was fully funded. So I was like, yeah, let me apply to that, because in case none of these work out, I can still like do a gap year and then do grad school like a year later. Like a year's not a long time. Okay, it's May. I want to say that was like the beginning, like the very like last week in March, towards the beginning of April. I am super excited to say that I graduate on May 12th, 2018, in just like a week and a half. I have an internship where I'll be teaching 9th and 10th grade English closer to home this summer, so that's really cool. It's a paid position. I get to do more teaching. It's in my field, which is great. And in August, I will be leaving the country. I've been awarded a fully funded, so travel, housing, my apartment, like in-country travel. I'll be going abroad. I'll be teaching in Central China at a university in the liberal arts and foreign studies department, teaching English to Chinese students who are interested in going abroad the following year, for 1 year. And then when I get back in 2019, I have been accepted into the Masters of English and African American Literature program at North Carolina A&T State University. I'm super excited. I'm super proud. I'm super all of those failures, and I was feeling really down about myself throughout the semester a lot. Fall and spring semester, I was feeling really down. I didn't do anything for spring break. I was feeling really alone and really just second guessing myself a lot this semester and this entire year, really. But through it all, I've had some really good friends that have just reaffirmed me. I have an amazing family that are super supportive of everything that I do. It's been a lot of all-nighters. It's been a lot of me trying to assess where I fit in my department, and how I see myself as an educator, as an academic, as someone with big dreams even outside of academia. What has been such a huge help to me is finding other people who are like-minded, listening to podcasts, finding blogs specifically for Black students who are interested, who have gone through grad school, has been really inspiring and just really helpful to me as a person. I think that if you have a goal and if you have something that is so heavy on your heart, go do it. Start small. Start with reading books about how to get there. Start talking to people who are there. Yeah, if you have a goal, if you have something that you want to do, figure out how to make it happen, and then find people who are supportive of you doing that. And in finishing the semester, it was a messy end. I was writing so many papers. I procrastinated super hard on my senior thesis paper. I wrote 3/4 of it over the weekend before it was due, which I don't suggest doing. 25 pages, give or take, and about 19 of those pages were done over the course of a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Through it all, I passed the class. I got an A. I got a 4.0. I was taking 15 hours a semester, and I was really emotional and a little bit unsure and distraught about everything that I was doing. I was weighing a lot of different options, so I was interested. I'm still really interested in teaching. I love teaching. I love kids. I love being in the classroom and having a very visible impact on young people. And so I applied to, let's see, I won't name the schools that I applied to, but I can name the different programs that I applied to. So I applied to Relay, which is it's a newer organization. They started, I believe, in 2003, don't quote me on that, 2003. Similar to Teach for America, they have different campuses throughout the United States, and they mentor, they train, and they produce diverse and really impactful K-12 teachers to enter classrooms of underserved students and communities, and to hopefully lessen the achievement gap that's often there for Black and brown students. I applied to Relay, or I got an offer to come back for Relay. And I did an expedited application, and I was going to be matched with Dallas. So I was going to go to Dallas with Relay. I applied to Teach for America just because they're another organization that I've always admired and that I still admire. I got into Teach for America, and I was going to be in New York City. And these were both for middle school English or social studies or special ed positions in whatever school I was going to be in for each position. The program I applied to, it was called the Norman C. Francis Teacher Residency, and it was through Xavier University in New Orleans, Louisiana. So once again, I applied. I had an offer to do an interview day with the leadership team. I did a sample lesson, and I applied and I got in. If the PhD, the traditional PhD master's programs weren't available to me, I could go to Relay. I could do Teach for America, or I could go to New Orleans and teach there. Being like super general, I'm most likely going to do a like really far more in-depth video about my personal grad school application process. Right now, I'm just super happy and I feel super, super blessed about like everything that's happening for me. Done with undergrad, it's like a weirder reality that you have to like reckon with, because for the past like 4 years, I've like understood that, okay, I have a break now, relax a little bit, but I probably like have some homework or something that I should be doing. And right now I don't. I'm getting ready to go to China. I'm sending like a bunch of documents in and stuff like that. And that's also like a process that I want to like let you guys in on, just like what that looks like. Being about to go abroad for a year, what that's going to look like. And hopefully I can take the vlog and the YouTube channel along with me. One of the projects I have started that I've really been interested in doing for the past couple of years is that I started a podcast. The link will be in the description box below if that's something you'd be interested in listening to. I love podcasts. I think they're super cool. And I've really been interested in starting my own. First 3 episodes are up right now on iTunes and SoundCloud, and it's called The Figured Out Podcast with Jonathan Pulliam, because that's my government name. It's been super cool, still learning about like audio and how to position it, but it's been a really interesting and really fun project to keep working on. As always, all of my social media links will be in the description box below. Where are you on your like kind of academic journey? So are you in college? Are you in high school? Are you in middle school? Are you done with undergrad? Are you in grad school? Are you thinking of coming back? Anything like that. I want to know where you are right now in that kind of academic journey and what your plans are. So what's your major? What are you trying to do? All that good stuff, I want to know. Hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you can see this beautifully, now well-rested, moisturized face on your laptop screens, all that good stuff in the future. I'll see you guys later. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.